Hello everyone, we're going to talk about structure today. Basically, we know about sequences of code and we need to start structuring it well. Now I've got a lot of stuff to talk about with control systems or control structures, but we're going to keep this simple this week, so I'm going to record about 2 videos I think, and we should be good to go. Um, First off, we can make code that is confusing and spaghetti-like. And you can see this flow chart here on the right, how there's a lot of different things, and basically we have the dog running away. And if the dog runs away, we're going to catch the dog, unless the dog doesn't have shampoo on. The point is, it's very, very confusing the way this flow chart works. That really creates a complicated mess, and they're hard to read, maintain, work on. Um, they're prone to error, and it's hard to debug them when the errors occur. They don't really follow the rules of structured logic. We need to follow the rules of structured logic, and to do that, there are 3 basic structures we're going to discuss. There's sequencing, selection, and repetition. I probably discussed that in class before, but you can see in this chart how we have a sequence flow, which is just line after line after line, a selection flow, which is a true or false statement, or a repetition flow, where we continue to evaluate something until the expression, until we get out of that loop. So this continues to repeat it until it's false. All right. So there are 3 basic structures as we discussed, and any program can be constructed using one or more of these 3 structures. The sequence structure performs the actions or task in order, and we should not allow branching or skipping of the task in a properly structured program. A selection structure takes one of 2 actions based on the result of a condition. It evaluates a Boolean expression, so it asks if something is true or false, and if it's true it does one thing, and if it's false it either doesn't do that one thing or it does something else. It's often called an if-then-else. It may be dual alternative ifs or single alternative ifs, and we'll see the structural difference between the two. And a loop structure repeats again and again and again while a tested condition remains true. This is sequencing. We've seen it before. You just go from top to bottom and read the lines of the statements of code. This is a selection structure. If the loop control or if the selection control is true, it goes one way. If it's false, it goes the other. This is a dual alternative structure. It is that if-then-else structure. If some condition is true, then do one process, else do a different process. And at that point, we end the if. A single alternative looks like this. If the employee belongs to dental plan, then deduct $40 from gross pay. In this case, an else clause is not required. It's a single alternative. You either do it or you don't. If it's cold outside, put on a jacket. There's no else statement, just put on a jacket. A null case is a situation where no action is taken. So in a single alternative if there is no value inputted, no action is taken. And this is that single alternative selection structure. You've seen the dual alternative. This is that single alternative selection structure. And we are going to stop here. And yes.